Once upon a time, a king was famous not only for his bravery, but also for his generosity. Once, he decided to donate some money to all the blind people living in his kingdom. Since he didn't want anybody to be left out, he ordered one of his courtiers to make a list of all the blind people. And the list was at the end to be checked by his minister. The courtier finished making the list in 2 days. Then, he handed it over to the minister. And the king asked him to make arrangements for a donation. Before any arrangements could be made, the minister said,
"Your Majesty, I think that there is a fault in the list. There are more blind people in the kingdom than are listed. In fact, there are more blind people than normal-sighted people."
The king was taken aback by the minister's claim. The king was really surprised. He couldn't believe it and said,
"No way. That can't be true."
The king asked him to prove his point and make a new list. The same evening, the minister, along with his servant, went to the busiest passage. He sat there with an old frame of cot. Then, he started weaving it. The servant was standing beside the minister, holding a sheet of paper and a quill. A man who was passing by the path stopped and observed the minister. Then he went closer and asked him,
"What are you doing?"
The minister did not answer him. He just whispered something in the ear of the servant. The servant wrote down something on the paper. Other passers-by noticed the minister weaving the cot in the passage. All of them came and asked him what he was doing. But he uttered no word, just a whisper in the ear of the servant. And the latter noted down something. Everyone tried to make guesses, but in vain. The news of the minister's activity had spread like wildfire in the kingdom. The people who were busy with other work left whatever they were doing, and especially came there to see the minister. All of them asked the same question. The moment people asked such questions, the servant was quick enough to move the quill on the paper. Finally, the news reached the king. He instantly came to see what his minister was up to.
"What are you doing? I don't understand,"
said the king. This time, the minister just threw a glance at the servant, and his quill started moving on the paper. Then, the minister got up and handed the paper over to the king. He said,
"Your Majesty, here is the list of blind people in your kingdom."
When the king saw his own name on the list of blind people, he got really shocked. He couldn't understand why his name was there, and he demanded an explanation from the minister. On being asked, the minister explained,
"Your Majesty, you are also one of the blind people. Everyone came and asked me what I was doing, despite the fact that they could see that I was weaving the cot.